The Sony ZV-E10 might just be the most recommended YouTube camera ever made. But here's the problem. It's no longer new. Today, you can buy cameras with 4K 60, 10-bit color, better stabilization, and more advanced features. So why are thousands of creators still buying the Sony ZV-E10? Are they getting one of the best creator cameras ever made? Or are they buying into an outdated reputation? I spent hours researching long-term user experiences, expert reviews, and how it compares to today's competition to answer one simple question. Should you still buy the Sony ZV-E10? Let's find out. The Sony ZV-E10 launched in 2021, and unlike many cameras around that time, Sony wasn't trying to build the best photography camera. They built a camera specifically for content creators, and that's an important difference. Instead of focusing on sports photography or professional filmmaking, Sony prioritized the things creators actually needed: a fully articulating touchscreen, fast and reliable autofocus, product showcase mode, a high-quality APS-C sensor, microphone support, and access to Sony's massive E-mount lens ecosystem. Those features made creating videos easier, especially for people filming by themselves. That's why this camera exploded in popularity. Not because it had the most impressive specifications, but because it solved real problems. Now let's answer the biggest question first. Does it still produce good-looking video? Absolutely. The Sony ZV-E10 uses a 24.2 megapixel APS-C sensor, which is significantly larger than the sensor inside most smartphones. That larger sensor captures more light, performs much better in low light conditions, and creates a much more natural background blur when paired with the right lens. Sony also oversamples roughly 6K of sensor data to produce detailed 4K footage at up to 30 frames per second. The result is sharp, detailed footage that still looks professional years after this camera was released. And honestly, if someone watched footage from this camera on YouTube today, most people wouldn't know it wasn't filmed on a much newer camera. But great image quality alone isn't why creators fell in love with this camera. The real reason was the autofocus. Sony's real-time eye. Autofocus is still one of the strongest autofocus systems you'll find in this price range. Whether you're filming yourself, walking toward the camera, or showing products in front of the lens. The camera does an excellent job of keeping the focus locked exactly where it should be. And if you've ever filmed by yourself, you already know how valuable that is. It's one less thing to think about while you're creating content. Now here's something that many first-time buyers overlook. You're not just buying a camera, you're buying into a lens ecosystem. And this is one of Sony's biggest advantages. The ZV-E10 uses Sony's E-mount system, giving you access to hundreds of lenses from Sony, Sigma, Tamron, Viltrox, Samyang, and many other manufacturers. Whether you want an affordable prime lens, a wide-angle lens for vlogging, or a professional zoom lens, there's almost always an option that fits your budget. That's a huge reason why so many creators continue recommending this camera. You can grow your setup without replacing your entire system. Quick question. If you had around $600 to spend on your first camera today, would you still choose the Sony ZV-E10, or would you buy something else? Let me know down in the comments because I'm interested to see what you'd pick. So, should you actually buy this camera? Here's where I think a lot of reviews miss the point. They compare specifications, but they don't compare who the camera is actually for. Yes, there are newer cameras with features like 4K 60 frames per second, 10-bit recording, and improved stabilization. But ask yourself this, are those features something you'll actually use? Because if your goal is starting a YouTube channel, creating content for social media, recording online courses, or building your personal brand, the Sony ZV-E10 still checks almost every important box. You get excellent image quality, reliable autofocus that you can trust, access to Sony's incredible E-mount lens ecosystem, and a camera that's simple enough for beginners while still giving you room to grow as a creator for many people. Those advantages matter far more than having the latest specifications on paper. So, was the Sony ZV-E10 just hype? No. It earned its reputation, not because it had the biggest feature list, but because it consistently delivered where creators needed it most. And even today, it's still one of the easiest cameras to recommend for anyone serious about creating content. Before you decide whether it's worth buying, it's time for the honest score. Video quality, 9.3 out of 10. The oversampled 4K footage is sharp, detailed, and still looks fantastic for YouTube, interviews, and content creation. Autofocus, 9.8 out of 10. Sony's real-time eye. Autofocus remains one of the biggest reasons this camera is so popular. It's fast, reliable, and gives solo creators confidence that every shot stays in focus. Creator features, 9.7 out of 10. A fully articulating screen, product showcase mode, microphone and headphone support, plus USB webcam functionality make this one of the most creator-focused cameras in its class. Photography, 8.8 out of 10. While it's built with video creators in mind, it still captures excellent photos for everyday use. Value for money, 9.4 out of 10. It may not have every modern feature, but considering everything it offers, the ZV-E10 continues to deliver outstanding value for creators looking to build a professional setup. And that gives the Sony ZV-E10 an overall honest review hub score of 9.4 out of 10. It isn't the newest camera on the market, but if your goal is creating high quality content without spending more than you need to, it's still one of the smartest cameras you can buy. If this review helped you make a smarter buying decision, make sure you're subscribed to Honest Review Hub. Every week, we cut through the marketing, compare the competition, and tell you what tech is actually worth your money. And if you think the Sony ZV-E10 is the right camera for you, I've linked it down in the description, along with the lenses, SD cards, microphones, and accessories I'd personally pair with it to get the best experience right out of the box. Thanks for watching. No hype, no bias, just honest reviews.